Okay, hi, I'm Jamie from SciFi Vision. Thanks so much for talking to me today. Enjoying
Yeah.
the series so far. So to start off, why don't you just talk about what was it that made you really want to say yes to these parts? Just go in order, Courtney, Maggie, John.
Um, the breakdown. I loved how they described her. I think sometimes I'll read a breakdown, I'm like, okay, I've seen this character before. I have never seen this woman before, at least in my inbox. So I was very excited about that. And also too, Michael Connolly. Like I was excited to work with an author who has been making such great, series adaptations already. I was like, oh, I would love to be a part of that legacy.
Mhm. Maggie?
What's the question
What
again?
what made you
Oh, what drew us?
what drew us to the character?
Yeah.
I read the first 7 episodes, and then I had some talks with the producers of Bosch and Michael Connolly, and that was really it. It was those conversations. Even after reading the scripts, I did not decide to do it. It was after the sit downs where I really felt trust in these people, and I felt like these are people that I want to have a long-term relationship with, because really that's what it is, right? I mean,
Big
you're entering a relationship, a real one. Yeah.
Yeah. The quality of the work on the previous series was a big draw. Obviously, that you were going to be working with a top flight team of people who have done this for a while, which is always attractive when you know proof of concept is going to work. The scripts were great that I read, and I was really excited to work with Maggie. When I read the first script, I was like, I can't imagine anybody else that I know playing this part. So I was really excited about that. I also loved the dilemma of the character, which I appreciated, and I also felt like it had a kind of legs to it. A lot of times when you're reading a pilot script, you read it and go, yeah, but what's the next thing that happens to this
Sure.
person? But you felt the air in the world. You felt that it could transform and change and be challenging, which was exciting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it pulls you in really quick. What was
Mhm.
the preparation like for each of you for this? I know the two of you have done police type roles before, but still, what was the preparation like for
I've
each of you?
never done the kind of work that they asked us to do on this. They set up very specific training. We got a lot of different training in terms of tactic training, behavioral stuff that I would never have imagined. All that stuff. No one in all the times that I had
Sure.
been on series had ever done that. It was really amazing.
Yeah.
Psychological training.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah, homicide detective is a very different thing.
yeah.
Very different thing. I mean, you could have maybe played a cop before or whatever, but these are very specific careers within a broader umbrella. And so they all come with their own caveats and their own nuances and their own clear directives. And they're just completely different. It was fun to get to know their world.
Absolutely. I feel like the consultants were so ready to teach us. Like, oh well, let's dive in.
So generous. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
generous. So
Yeah,
it was
agreed.
it was it was wonderful doing the research because they were
Mhm.
so generous in
Mhm.
providing it.
Mhm.
All right. Maggie, what was it like working with Titus again? Because
So
obviously you're in
fun.
the
I mean,
finale season.
we have so much fun together. We don't take anything seriously, so that's fun. But we also, he's such a like brother from another mother kind of guy because Titus is so warm and wonderful, and I know him well, and I know his family well, and so it really gives a lot of gravitas to the relationship. It felt like we knew each other forever. The first lunch we had with our director, we didn't talk about the show at all. We didn't talk about Bosch. We didn't talk about Ballard. We didn't talk about anything. We just got to know each other, and I think that is really the crux and the essence of how you find that chemistry, right? So you find the connections and the through lines that you both, the things you both care about, and that was there. So I mean, you can't really plan that. You get lucky to some degree.
Mhm. Did you guys go back and read any of the books or anything like that? Or maybe you went back and watched all of Bosch, I don't know, but when did you do any of that? Either of you?
Books.
Or anything?
I
Dove into the book.
I dove into the book.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I got the audition, I was like, let me bust open these books. And then when I was reading, I said, oh, this is so exciting. Like I feel like a page turner. And then I got the audibles because I was like, I need to read this while I'm driving. I need to know what's going on while I'm driving. I can't put it down. And I was already queued up to Bosch a bit, but when I got the audition, I said, well, let me go back into Bosch and really watch. And I was like, okay, this world feels so like
Really grounded, huh?
grounded. Like I was pulled right in. So the Michael Connelly world is, it's so good.
What about you two? Did you read the books as well?
I asked which books these were based on, this particular series was based on, and they gave me a couple of titles, and one was The Late Show, and I really enjoyed that book. That's not what happens to Ballard in the series, but it really gave you a sense of the, oh my God, the just encyclopedic knowledge that he has of Los Angeles and the feeling that he has of the books. And Michael said something in an interview I loved, which was, I like it when the case works the cop.
No, that's for sure.
I really loved that as a thing, and it starts to suck the detective into a personal relationship with it that makes it uncomfortable or reflects something in their lives. So I really love that about the books. And also, I loved how smart Ballard was in the books, but also how danger found her in ways she couldn't expect, which I thought was going to happen in the series and does in the first season. That the danger finds her in places that she thought was safe, which is a really a violation of, really powerful stuff.
Did you, Rita Maggie, did you do that too? Or did you just?
Yeah, of course I read them.
Okay.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean,
Yeah.
playing Ballard, I have no idea what the,
I decided.
well,
Michael,
what the scripts and the series became is an amalgamation of like The Late Show and then sort of like book 4 and 5. So they took sort of the best parts of the series, to make the first season, and then we'll grow from there and create original content from there. But of course, the source material is really the key, the gold.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much, all three of you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I enjoyed it.